Episode 2.
Let's get it.
Man, tell you what, USAW and making us get those damn COVID shots. So stupid.
So you didn't have a choice. To go to nationals, you had to go get a shot?
So you did have a choice. So your choice was to either be vaccinated
Okay.
or have a false, like have a negative test. Like when you get up there, you have to get a false test 2 days before you compete.
That's too risky.
So
That's
yeah, it's too risky, right? So you get up there, first you gotta find a doctor.
Yep.
Then you gotta get tested. Then it has to be shipped off or whatever. Then it has to come back. So nationals.
That's asking for something to go wrong.
So second thing, it's on 4th of July. I don't know why it's on the 4th of July. I think weightlifters are rich or something because it's like $2,000
Yeah,
trip.
no, the flight's probably crazy.
Right? So you got a $2,000 trip, and then you go up there and try. And if you test positive, or like a false positive,
Waste of money.
you waste all that money. You can't do anything.
Yeah. And they'll probably won't even, if you test positive, you probably couldn't even come back. You'd have to quarantine for 2 weeks up there.
Dude, it's ridiculous. So then I had to get this stupid COVID shot. So freaking fatigued today and yesterday.
Yeah.
Yeah, you didn't even want to do anything yesterday after it.
You're just the worst. Freaking USAW. You suck, USAW. Making us get this stupid ass test. You're too woke. Like all these other corporations, like Coca-Cola. So I drink Pepsi.
You drink Mountain Dew, don't lie.
That's Pepsi brand.
Yeah, you do.
PepsiCo.
Yeah, but you don't actually drink Pepsi.
Mountain Dew and Monster.
You drink Mountain Dew. And Mountain Dew and Rain and Windex.
And a quart of
Too much
C4.
workout. Yep.
So yeah, I got C4. I got water. And I got coffee with espresso.
Jesus.
And this is like my second bottle of C4 from today, from the big jug that we made.
Yeah, I was pouring like little bitty shots just to try and keep it maintained and not do too much.
I was doing like the 8 ounces every time.
Yeah.
Probably wasn't a good idea. That's all right.
I mean, I'm
And I
sure
had my
I'm
other
sure it got
pre-workout before
diluted.
that.
I'm sure it got diluted.
That's kind of what I was thinking.
Yeah.
Because
Sure
they
got
put water
somewhat diluted.
and creatine and all that junk in it too.
Dude, it was good for you.
Oh yeah.
So,
I don't
good
know,
little
like,
cocktail.
I mean, I drink like 2,000 milligrams a day. I feel like.
do you really?
No, so literally on average, so I wake up, I'll get coffee and espresso. I'll make at the house a full thing of espresso. So I don't know how much whatever the caffeine content is in that, and then I probably drink at least 2 bangs or rains a day.
Okay.
And then I have
So that's another, what,
Those are three, like
150,
300
no. Rains and bangs are 300 each.
300 each,
So I
okay.
have 2 of those, one minimum. Like if I'm if I'm just not working out, but I have at least 2 because it's like 2 for 4. Why would you not? And then I have my
gotta go.
pre-workout, which is anywhere from 300 to 400 milligrams of caffeine.
And what pre-workout are you on?
And then No Explode, C4. What else they got?
Kinda
Woke as fuck.
Whatever. Whenever you buy it, whatever's the best deal or
Yeah,
whatever.
whatever's the cheapest. You know
Whatever's
what
on
I'm saying?
hand.
Yeah.
And then like there's more coffee throughout the day from Starbucks. So I'm, pretty.
We kind of hit
tolerance.
this. We kind of hit this the other day when we were just talking, not podcast wise, but so. What would be your pre-workout of choice that you feel works the best?
Well, I mean, if you want to get in there, so there's like 2 avenues. There's the bro who wants like the pre-workout, like I want to fucking crush the day and like get a super pump and pass out workout.
That's what I
And
mean.
then there's like the actual real pre-workout that you have to make yourself that actually does stuff for you. That's not a proper.
Good ingredients, not
What's
just
it
filler.
called? I'm bad with my R's.
Proprietary.
Yeah, the blend. You can't do the blend.
Yeah,
You know
no.
what I'm saying?
With actual correct amounts, not just filler stuff.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So if I'm just like trying, like if I'm just doing a bodybuilding test or something like that, it'll be like No Explode or like Woke as Fuck or Banff. Those are all pretty good. Like I like those. That gets you pretty hyped up. Nothing's good like the pump fuel used to be really good back in the day.
the old school
and then the
stuff.
old school not C4. It had the dime in it.
The jacked.
Jack 3D.
Jack 3D, yeah, the original Jack 3D.
Jack 3D.
That
But
made me
like
throw up.
But like with that stuff, it all has like the blend, so you don't really know what you're getting. So like what I do when I actually train is I will take like probably a half a scoop of No Explode only,
Okay.
just because I like to go through my workout. Because if I take it too soon, then I'll like bomb out by the end, like
Yeah.
energy wise. So I take like half a scoop of No Explode, but then I'm putting the clinical grade of all these beta-alanine, AAKG, citrulline malate, creatine. I think those are only 3. And then I have other things for some nitric oxide boosters that I take as well. And that's all just for blood flow, try to dampen the lactic acid buildup. Even though, like, say with CrossFit, or like any high intensity interval stuff, like the lactic acid, you're going to actually use that for energy. But you still want the buffer so that the onset's not like straight into your face. So you have the buffer. So like, when we're in here, we're not doing a lot of the intensity super high, but the volume's super low. But like once you blow up, like you're done. Like when you know how it is. Like, once you blow up, you're done. So if you can, those slowly keep you going and buffer that lactate, your threshold, so your threshold gets a little bit higher, a little bit higher, a little bit higher, a little bit higher every time, and it seems to be working. So that's what I take for like training. But if I'm like just gonna be a bro, like whatever's good can get me pumped up and jacked up.
Something with a bunch of caffeine in it.
Yeah, because I mean, Rink turned me on to that PBK a few months back, and
that's a game changer.
That's one, man.
Like 5 years ago.
Yeah, because normally I was kind of the same way as you, like whatever was on sale, or somebody say something was good, and then after a container or two, you didn't feel the same off of it. You didn't get that like tingly feeling when you got started.
Yeah.
But I'm on my 4th or 5th container of PBK now, and I mean still every time I come in, like it works.
I love it. Yeah, that's why I kept doing it.
It works.
I felt the same
Yeah.
for 5 straight years taking
I
it.
might have to try that.
Yeah,
out.
and that's what convinced me when you were like, dude, only done this same one for 5 years.
Well, that's like
And they put it on sale pretty regularly, so it's like
From
stock
like
up.
60 down to 30, like 50%. It's
like
nice.
when I was playing football,
Like all the time.
I always took no explode or pump fuel when I could find it. But the pump fuel,
Back in the day, yeah.
They kept changing
they changed they kept changing the formula just like everything because stuff was illegal probably in it or whatnot. But also like
rid of the
the
good
pump fuel was hard to find because you could only find it at franchise GNCs. You couldn't find it at corporate GNCs. So that's why if you can never find it at one, but you find it at the other.
Okay.
It was like that. But now in football, I take like 3 scoops of that before a game, and I'd be jacked.
I used to dry scoop that stuff before basketball games, football games.
Before football games, and I'd be jacked up.
Yeah, we didn't have that stuff when I was still playing.
ACG3 too. That was like a step up from pump fuel, made by the same people. That stuff was good too. And there was one, cannot remember what it was. My buddy brought it in a little bag before one of my basketball games. I took it, and it was a free throw. I had to check out of the game, and I ran to the bathroom and threw up in the middle of the game because it was killing me. I don't know what it was.
I will tell you.
I want to find it again and start taking it because that's the stuff I like when I come in here. Stuff that makes me throw up.
The worst though, one time, this was like probably 2015, like when I started getting into CrossFit. I stopped at the gas station. I said, "Fuck it, I'm gonna get a red line." Never had a red line before, and like I'm good with caffeine. Like I drink a lot of caffeine. I drank a red line, and like I thought I was going to have a heart attack. I had to go home, get in bed, like take a shower, like I literally just left everything at the gym on the ground. Like guys, I'm about to get sick.
Yeah, well, I mean that's the one that they say is like 3 doses.
I don't know what you only took that. You didn't. Take
Was that
anything else
so? Was that
day?
the little 5-hour energy size red line, or
No, it was like
it was like
the
12 to 16 ounce or whatever?
It was like in the bottle that's like probably like
it's like a water bottle.
And you're supposed to only drink like a quarter of it. And of course, I think I drank all of it. And like,
so clearly, sometimes follow the directions. Maybe not every time, but sometimes.
yeah, like when you're building stuff, fuck it, you need the directions. Both pre-workouts, you need the directions. So.
Oh yeah. So good training week. Saw a video come up on the YouTube channel. Had a bunch of different sessions on there.
Yeah, it was a pretty good week. I mean, besides having to get the COVID shot on Thursday, which couldn't train on Friday because I was dead, and then today I felt okay, but energy still wasn't there. Still hit like right under 90%. Needed to hit 90. Well, I hit over 90 on my snatches today, and then clean and jerk I was like right under 90. It was probably like I'd say 87% ish.
Which, considering this is the first really nasty hot day, that's not bad, right?
No, yeah, and there's like 100 degrees in here with no AC and like barely fans, and we had like 12 people in here on all the platforms, so it was hot.
Yeah.
So I mean, it was a good week of training. Last week was a really good week too. Going into nationals, so.
No misses today. That was huge.
Yeah, no misses today, and really the only thing I've been missing, if any, would be my jerks. Just coming back from my shoulder, finally being better, just learning how to jerk again. Not even learning, but getting confident in the lift because it's an easier lift. It's like 20% less energy it takes to do that compared to the clean, but mentally it's just like putting something heavy over your head so it fucks you up. So it's like getting confident doing that and getting the patterns back, and that should be good in the next couple weeks.
Yeah, the bar was moving well.
I think we'll find out.
Rink, what about you? Good training week?
Yeah, it was great. Yeah, like today, I didn't have a whole lot in the tank because I went golfing yesterday for a little work tournament, but the cleans actually felt awesome today. I was pretty surprised.
Yeah, what'd you end up working up to? I know I saw you doing the pulls with 275. What'd you actually work up to clean wise?
I only stayed at 275,
Okay.
but I ended up doing tried to stay on program, so I did the 3-second slow pull to clean and jerk, and my jerks felt way better than they did last week.
Nice.
Because I know I had an issue with it.
I know I really only saw the
Soft
one.
elbow.
Yeah, the one I saw you actually jerked it, like you dropped.
Yeah,
so
I
it was
felt
good.
like snappy with it.
Yeah.
It was good. And my snatches this week were awesome. I felt great.
Getting better and better every day.
I love the snatches. I prefer the snatch to
Isn't that how it is
clean
though?
and
It's
jerk.
like, you know, whenever you start like football or CrossFit or even anything, like you start to, anytime you have the snatch and clean, like in the same type program, no one likes the fucking snatch because it's awkward and it's hard, and it's the clean. You can go heavy and you can slam the bar and you don't have to have great technique and you can just keep increasing. But then there's like the tide changes once you kind of learn how to lift. When the clean just starts to hurt all the time, and then the snatch gets super fast and smooth and athletic feeling, and that becomes the one that like fuck the clean. I hate that shit.
Well, yeah, I mean the cleans, you eventually get strong enough, you start utilizing your strength, and it's like these are gonna hurt every time. But man, you hit a good snatch, and it's so effortless.
Oh yeah, well I mean that's like today, like my 90. I was supposed to work up to like 420 on my stuff, and I didn't get quite there. Just I think I'm just fatigued from the shot, probably still.
Probably.
But I mean, I still went over 4, so like over 180 some kilos, and like it still moved really fast and felt good, but I was just fatigued afterwards. But then my snatch, like it was like 93%, 94%, and it was just like butter, just like fast and smooth, and like. But when you get to clean that, it's like fuck, my wrists, my knees, my ankles,
Always that.
my shoulders, everything hurts.
Half of it's mindset, I feel like.
Yeah.
How was your week though, Bacon?
Man, it was good. You know, dealing with my shoulder,
Yeah.
really bicep thing. I mean, I feel it in the shoulder, but it's, you know, doctor says it's a bicep impingement. But, you know, that's finally coming back so I can go overhead again. So, you know, got a little bit heavier on snatch this week than I had the last couple weeks. Everything feels good. I actually hit a power snatch PR.
I was about to say.
Wasn't attempting to power snatch it, but I caught it in power.
Sometimes it goes.
And Cody looked at me and goes, "You mean to power snatch that?" No. He goes, "How much was that?" I was like, 245. He goes, "Is that PR?" I'm like, "Yeah, it is."
Getting stronger, dude.
Let's go.
That's like, I mean, like today was good. Like a lot of people PR'd. Like, you know, Brody ain't been in a while with school and everything, and he hit 2 all-time PRs, and he really's never snatched in high school.
Yeah.
Just he comes in here and when snatches every once in a while after he does his sports performance, he PR'd his snatch and his clean today. Like most he's ever done.
My man.
So.
Nice job, Brody. Back there working the camera for us today. Heck
And
yeah.
then Cody comes in about once a week, twice a week, and then maxes out. And he
Doesn't warm up.
doesn't warm up. He went 352 on his clean and jerk, which is most he's probably done in a while.
Probably, yeah. Months.
But I mean, if he would just get consistent, I mean, he'd be a good. I mean, he'd compete at probably. He honestly could compete at 81, but probably he needs to compete at 89. And like, I mean, he could be a top 10, top 5 guy in the country. Honestly, probably at 89 if he'd be consistent and compete and lay off the Fusaklis and the Whataburger and the Moe's barbecues, the Zaxby's, the Smoothie King, like, and just eat some real food for once and not.
Yeah,
fried
good luck
food.
at that. Not go home and eat Oreos while he's watching baseball and
Yep.
stretching.
So if you're listening, Cody, let's get right, dude.
So, all right, Nationals, a couple weeks out. You know, your percentage is still in the 90s. So kind of walk us through, what your training is going to be like these next couple weeks leading into that prep.
So the past 2 weeks have been the same, and it's actually been really hard. Like, so the way my coach has it set up, and I don't know if he does this because I'm older, because I'm in my 30s, and I'm not a 25-year-old kid who can just recover like fast as shit anymore, or it's just like the way he likes to program. But I mean, I like to do it, and I kind of took some of that his like the way he does it, his style, and put it in with our programming. But so like Mondays, usually it's Monday is a snatch, some sort of snatch. Tuesday is some sort of overhead work, jerks, push presses, maybe a power clean with a push press every once in a while. And then Wednesdays are basically the same thing we did for snatch, but for cleans. And then the different variation, either a pull or a squat. The variations change between the supplementary and auxiliary lifts and secondary lifts. Then Thursday, Friday are usually like heavy snatches, either complexes, off blocks, whatever the variation is. But those two are the same type, Thursday and Friday. But one snatch, one's clean and jerk usually, and then you have squats and pulls, whatever he puts. Well, the past 2 weeks, he's been doing snatch, clean, jerk every day. I'm not in that shape for that right now, which he probably does that to 5 weeks out, like super compensation, like beat me the fuck down, and then like the week of we take it out, and I feel great the day of the meet. So the past 2 weeks have looked like, let's see exactly what it is. I'm not making anything up. But so Mondays are still snatches, but let's see. All right, so Mondays, so we've been doing some block work this week too. I think these 2 weeks have been the same. Then next week, I think everything's coming from the floor. He said like snatch, clean and jerk, power cleans, everything's from the floor. Maybe even a deficit too, but like definitely everything's coming from the floor. No more block work. The final 2 weeks of the prep going into the taper. But I mean, it was snatch from blocks above the knee, over 80%, 85%. Clean and jerk, same thing, double. And these are all doubles too. Like it's not fun. Like doubling, it's like 85 off the clean and jerk, blocks off the clean jerk is like 390 plus for a double. That shit beats you up.
Yeah, it does.
Like, cause I don't like the blocks either because I'm taller and like I get my momentum right when I get past my knee. Like that's good, but then like that weird no man's land above my knee, because like how the blocks are, I don't know if because I'm taller or what, but like above the knee, there's like either at the knee or above the knee, but above the knee is like mid thigh for me when we use the 16-inch blocks, you know. So that shit's like you gotta be quick, right?
Yeah.
So I'm doing doubles at those, then some back down sets.
And anything over that 1 rep, like having done CrossFit, now getting into this, the second rep is better. Anytime we have that 3rd rep programmed, I mean it's that 3rd rep hurts.
No, and the second rep,
especially off the blocks.
and I think the second rep is always the best. I don't know if it's because like when I send Don my videos, like second rep or your second set's so much better looking. I think it's because that first rep is more of a confidence thing. Like or it's like, hey, I just gotta get this, and then the second rep I can focus more on technique. First rep, let me just rip this shit, get it done with, so I'm not out of breath. And then second rep, I can be a little more controlled.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, it's like a feeler, kind of see where you're at.
Exactly. And then like Tuesdays, we did power snatches, power clean, power jerks, pause jerks, and then like this is 2 weeks ago stuff. So like working in the 80% pretty much on everything. On the powers, we work in 70 to 75, but I go off of my actual snatch and clean. So like I don't go off my power snatch, power clean max because that's soft. I'm sure Don doesn't like that. Or, I don't know. Maybe he wants me to go off of my power clean, power snatch max, but like, I mean, that's not a lot of weight, honestly. Like 80%. Like, let's see.
Compared to your
full. Like it's gonna move. So like, say, 80% of 320 times 80. Actually, it's 75%. 320 times 0.75 is only 240. Like. I can muscle snatch that. Like I personally am not gonna get better with that with speed like that. But if I'm going up 360 plus times 75, I mean that's 370 right there. And then like honestly that week, 2 weeks was it 2 weeks ago? Was it on last Tuesday? I mean I did 288 for 2 doubles, power snatches, which felt really good. And then same thing for power clean and jerk, 350. And then let's see. Then Wednesday of this week. So that's basically how it's been. Then like Wednesday of this week I actually went really heavy. The weeks before was like work up to 80, 85%. But this was from the ground. We snatched. He said go 90 plus. If you feel good, go above 90. If you don't feel good, drop back down. You have your drop sets. But I mean I worked up to 352, so 160 with no misses. Smoked them all, felt really good. Then after that for the clean and jerks, I worked up to 188, and I kept missing the jerk. Just one of those things. Like my jerks, just some days my jerk's there, some days it's not. It's super fucking frustrating.
Is that still the shoulder thing?
It's more of a mental thing.
Okay.
Like it doesn't hurt, but it's like not where it needs to be.
It's still in your head that it might. So
yeah, well, like the frustrating thing is so like that, like missing those jerks, and like I think I ended up making them. I did it like 3 times to do it, but the week prior, I did a pause with 188.
Yeah.
Just a jerk, like pause jerk with no belt, no wraps, and like got it right. So it's mental. It's not that I can't do it. It's more mental. And And then Thursday was more just stuff on the blocks, block work. And I did this before I got my COVID shot. Worked up to 270, a little bit lighter than I did the previous week. And then today it was, again, work up to 90% or above. But with that COVID shot, I was pretty smoked from, I think, just energy-wise. Like y'all saw yesterday. We were supposed to podcast yesterday, and I was just out of it.
Yeah.
So, I mean, I went, 150, 183, I think, which is still good numbers. Not exactly what I needed to hit. I mean, snatch, it's over 90 for sure. The clean jerk is right under, and it's like 87, 88%.
Yeah.
But it went good. But then the next 2 weeks, though, from what the plan says, it's not in the app yet, and I haven't talked to them. Everything's from the floor, like straight up from the floor. It's probably gonna be super heavy, or it's probably gonna be high volume. Like I can see next week being like triples working up to a heavy single, kind of to get like me ready, or even waves. Like I was when I sent my video to one of my teammates, Russell, he asked where I was at on the plan, if I was on the waves yet, and I was like, no, I'm still just on like this volume type week, just getting through. So the waves, if we start waves next week, what that looks like, it'll be like, say, 70%, and you're taking like a minute break, 90 seconds between each one. You go, say 70, 75, 80, 85, 90, or maybe stop at 85, then drop back down, then go 75, 80, 85, 90. Then if you make that, drop back down, then probably go 77 or 80, 85, 90, 95. So you're waving up and waving down. So one, just to work on volume, capacity. Two, like, I mean, you're fucking tired, and so you have to focus on form. You just got to get under the bar. And three, like in a meet with me, I'm usually one of the last ones competing. So like I have to, sometimes you got to warm up twice, and you have to wave up, wave down. Like you never know what could happen in a meet. Like you could have 10 people in your heat, and all of a sudden you're the last one.
It's a long time to wait.
It's a long time to wait, and you got to wave up, wave down. I mean, wave honestly,
up, wave down. Keep your head space in the right.
I mean, honestly, with me, like, what I like to do is I like to warm up and then take my time and warm up. But I like to hit my openers in the back because I know every meet minus nationals or American Open nationals this past year, I've ripped it so hard behind, and I never miss behind because I'm tighter. Like I've missed behind probably 10 times my whole life, ever in training, and like 10 times.
Yeah.
But like every big meet minus this past nationals, like the first lift, it's like I pull the shit out of it so hard, and it's like it just flies behind.
All that adrenaline and everything.
Exactly. So I like to hit in the back.
Yeah.
And if I smoke it, then we'll just add a little bit, add like a couple kilos, or just do depending on how it looks. But they get the confidence, to get the jitters out,
Yeah, no doubt.
Because I mean that's the biggest thing. You get on that stage out there, you got the lights on you. You got really 5 judges looking at you. You got the 3 main judges and 2 judges behind them. Then you have all the crowd, but then also like it's so big now, you have like 4 other platforms going at once. I mean, so like you get the jitters. It doesn't matter who you are, you always get the butterflies. It doesn't matter if it's football, weightlifting, CrossFit, like beach brawl, like you're gonna get the jitters right before you go, and you get the first one out the way, you're good. So like in the back, that's why I like to do that. Even like my first time we did American Open last year, my first American Open ever, I mean, it was just me and Cody went up there. I didn't have a coach. I just did everything myself. I mean, I was hitting my openers like on Friday night just to feel good because that's when I was like in really good, not cardiovascular, but my capacity was so high because I just got done doing a bunch of CrossFit stuff.
Yeah, the endurance.
So like I can remember I was doing like EMOMs with like 315 and 400, going into that prep. So like it was more of a strength issue, a technique and a strength issue those years rather than the capacity issue, where now it's like the technique's getting there. Now it's like, all right, now I got to get that capacity where it needs to be.
Okay.
Because the technique and strength are there, but the capacity is kind of taking a hit a little bit,
Yeah.
Yep.
But yeah, you do that opener, get that confidence, then
Yeah.
the rest
You got
is
the confidence, you get good.
easy living after that.
I mean, yeah. So it'd be nice to do
All right.
a big opener.
So Savage technique piece for this week. We still got a video to shoot for that. But last week you did a lot of overhead work, with stability.
Yeah.
With the bands, the earthquake bar, which I mean, that's I think one of the main things that's helped bring mine back. Big huge fan of that. You figured out what we're gonna do this week?
I don't quite know. What, Brody? What should we do this? What do you want to learn about this week on Strength WOD?
Technique wise, what do we need to get better at?
Come on, dude.
We did all those drills today in the class, and I think that might be a good one.
Ooh, yeah, that could be a really good one.
Yeah, so on the strength WOD today, in the link below, we'll go over all the drills. So today we had a seminar first. We had a seminar, and we'll go into that after this break. But we had a seminar, one, to help raise a little bit of money to go to nationals, because it's on the fucking 4th of July. It's cost me over $2,000 to fly up there and get a hotel and then compete and all this stuff, and then stupid COVID shots. So it helped me raise a little bit of money for that. And two, just to spread weightlifting around there. And it doesn't even matter like weightlifting as a sport, but we have like three bodybuilding bros come in. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Just to get them, they want to learn how to do it, spread it, teach how it's done. Coaches, doesn't matter if you're a CrossFit coach, sports performance coach, just spread how to do it correctly.
Yes.
So your athletes, when you post a video, they don't look like an idiot or a CrossFit fail type video. Don't
want to be on that.
So we'll go over the technique stuff down below. So
cool.
After the link should be down below. Check it out, like it, subscribe, and share it.
Cool. All right, so we'll take a break real quick.
This episode of Strength WOD, we're going to go over all the snatch technique that we did today at our seminar here at Amp Performance. I want to give a big shout out to John North, Cal Strength, Glenn Penley, because I took a lot of these drills from those people specifically. The hit drills, angel drops, all of that. So the video is about to play. All the drills are on there, but go follow John North, Cal Strength, all those guys too, because they have great drills, and that's where I got a lot of these drills from. Even though I modified them slightly, they're all their drills. So like, subscribe, follow, watch the video, get better at snatching. Position, you want to make contact with the bar at your hips, not on your upper thighs, lower thighs, on the hips. Make sure with the power position your knees are out, chest is up, back is tight. The bar should not touch your body until you make contact with your hips. When we make contact with the hips, the bar will rattle a little bit. That is okay. We don't want to get the bar too far away from our body though. I over-exaggerated a little bit in the video just to show you the contact, but you want to uppercut that barbell. Just tap it and hear the rattle. Hit the chest. Hit the chest is the same drill with another component added to it. You're in the power position, forcing your knees out. The bar is hanging right in front of your body. You will now uppercut the bar, and as soon as you uppercut that bar, you will pull it back at a 45-degree angle and hit your chest. My elbows are back and up at a 45. They are not straight up. They are not straight back. It's at a 45-degree angle. The reason we do this is so when you get underneath the bar, it'll be in the correct position. If you pull straight up, the bar will be in front of you. If you pull back, there's potential you'll lose the bar behind. Angel drops. You will now start with the bar at your chest, on your tippy toes, and you will drop rapidly and as fast as you can into a full snatch. This is a violent and fast movement. You are on your tippy toes like you finished that triple extension, and you are rapidly dropping into a full snatch. Heels together snatch. The heels together snatch will teach you how to engage your feet on the ground when you snatch the barbell, or if you clean the barbell. Your heels start together, you go down to your knees like a hang snatch, and you will explode up and rapidly slam your feet into the ground so we can hear the noise, and it should hurt a little bit. What this will do, it'll teach you how to use your feet and activate everything on that landing. The snatch deadlift, or the setup for our snatch. When we set up for the snatch, make sure your feet are at least hip width apart, if not shoulder width apart. Your toes need to be straight. You will grab the bar. You will hook grip the bar. You will then tuck your knuckles down, squeeze your shoulder blades together, get your chest up, pull your elbows in towards your lats to activate your lats. And as we stand with the barbell, our knees go out and we rise all at once. Do not let your butt shoot up first, or you will miss the lift. That means you're not engaging your glutes, which are the strongest muscle in your body. Make sure you force those knees out as you stand up, and those toes are straight. If those toes are not straight, you may not force your knee. So, let's talk about today. First off, did you guys see, and I'll post a link, like a video like right here, of Andrew squatting 760 today, like right here in the monolift.
Yeah.
Did y'all see that?
I don't know if the mics picked that up right. Say how much he got?
760.
760 for a box squat, right?
No,
No,
regular
free.
squat.
Regular squat. Okay. He was doing boxes last week.
No, regular squat, no suit, just wraps and a belt.
Monster.
That's a lot of weight, bro.
Right here in this
760.
thing. Who else you know has a monolift? Nobody. Just
Not
us,
around.
because we're
Nope.
the coolest.
Yep. Come on, come
But
through.
so
Come
he hit
check it out.
760. I don't know what he hit before that, but whatever he hit before,
705.
dude, 705 flew up.
705.
705 flew up so fast. Like 760, he grinded. Like it wasn't like a hard grind, but like it was much harder. But
He
like,
came out of the hole quick on 760.
but
That stuck for a second.
The 700 was like,
That was,
it's like it came out of a clean, like doo-doo, came up.
it was incredible.
So he had that,
So
and then
strong.
Aaron this past week, one of my athletes who's actually gonna start doing weightlifting now. He's a power lifter. He's a junior. What all did he do, Bacon?
I don't remember his numbers, but I know he PR'd what?
Everything.
He PR'd all three?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. So he PR'd all three. I know he ended up in first place. So yeah,
think-
it hit, I think, 2 new
And
state
this
records.
was what, junior nationals?
Junior Nationals over in San Antonio.
Yeah, junior nationals, and he was trying to think of the powerlifting weight classes. I know he was like the heavyweight.
Yeah, I don't know if they're
It was like
109.
was like 242 plus or whatever.
Yeah, it'd be the
Pounds.
242 plus. It'd be like
Yeah.
it'd be like 110 plus.
Yeah.
Nice.
But yeah, he hit all PRs. He hit
451 on bench. I don't want to butcher it. We're
yeah,
gonna
he
have
had
him
he
on.
had 451 on bench, I believe. He could have done more. Literally yesterday, I'll post the video right here. He did 455 yesterday, which was an all-time PR.
Yeah, and then he put 500 put 505.
yeah,
515,
and
I
then
think.
515 with
bench.
the slingshot, and he unracked it, and he was like, "Nope." when that realization
No,
comes
dude, he
across
did it.
someone's
I think
face,
he did.
He did
515
do it.
with the slingshot.
No,
on.
he did do it. Maybe he did that the first time, but he did it when I came back around.
That's what he said.
He
today.
did 505 with the slingshot.
Did he really? No, no, okay, no. He put so 505 he did, but then he put on the black slingshot,
Oh,
and it's like maybe 550.
So what happened? What I
Or
understand
something?
when he told
It was
me,
crazy.
he said, "Bro," he said, "Do you have a slingshots with smaller sleeves?" I was like, "Dude, what are you talking about?" It's like, "Dude, you're freaking 300 pounds. Would you need like small? So I got tiny arms. I'm like, dude, put it all the way up by your shoulders and stay there. He said, I'm gonna unrack with the Mad Dog one, and like slid down my things, and I freaked out. Like, Jesus Christ, Aaron. So anyways, so say he went like 450 at the meet. He missed his first attempt because his butt came off the bench. He had too much leg.
Yeah, he didn't miss it. He got faulted.
And
yeah.
But he told me he did 450 all arms.
Yeah. So then the other two lifts that he sent me, basically his feet were on the ground, but there was like no leg drive.
Yeah, he was so nervous about it.
He didn't want.
I was watching it, and it was crazy. I mean, those judges get like, on their knees, right in his face.
So did that, and then his deadlift, he hit
670, I think it was.
Was that what he hit?
Because he did. No, did he squat more or did he deadlift?
No, he deadlifted more.
He deadlifted more because that 19-year-old that was in his heat but not his division, set some monster squat, like world record squat, and he didn't. He was explaining this like they just kind of throw people into heats, and then they sort you out later to see who won, like your weight class, age group, et cetera, et cetera. And so he was like, oh shoot, I got somebody to compete against. So that dude hit like a monster squat, and he was down like, I think 60 pounds or so. So he knew he had to go after it on the bench and the deadlift, but that it worked in his favor.
Oh yeah,
he smoked it. Like with him, like with his training, like his biggest issue is the lockout. So from like right above the knee, I'd say mid thigh up is where he struggles because like he can rip some shit off the ground.
He's fast off the floor.
Once you get there, he struggles. So we've done a lot of snatch grip. So we've done deficits, really a lot of snatch grip variations, from deficits to rack pulls to pauses. But that snatch grip, one, you can't go as heavy because of the grip. It's just harder. But two, for him, it teaches him to really, he has to activate that upper back, that T-spine. So when he finishes through, he's actually finishing through, because that's where he's missed before, is he hasn't really finished through the lift on the deadlift. Yeah. So that snatch grip, like, you fucking got to be activated. You're not going to be able to lift it up. And then he finishes through. I mean, we did everything from deficits to that. And I think, what did he miss? He almost had a 650 snatch grip, didn't he? With straps. He missed it.
Well,
he missed it, but it was like mid-thigh, I think.
Is that the one where the strap broke on him?
I was about to say,
because I don't think he failed it.
Straps breaking, belts coming undone.
So anyway, a lot of snatch grip work for him for that upper back to get the hips through. And then squatting, like, he hit, I think it was like 6'11" was his PR he hit, and they went for 640 something. I think like 640.
647, I think.
Yeah. He failed that. That was his third attempt, I thought. Or maybe he went higher. But anyways, his third attempt he failed. His technique went off. He got too far back with his hips and on his heels rather than staying tight all the way through, because he's more of a dive bomb squatter. But if you don't stay tight and you get out of your groove on the dive bomb, like, it's over with. But if you stay in that perfect groove, you'll be able to stand straight up. But with him, he dive bombed, chest came down a little bit, and he tried to push back. And as he pushed back, he folded.
Yeah.
That's why I missed that. But I mean, he won. He won the national championship.
National championship. So real proud of him.
So he did really good.
Yep.
So now he wants to be a weightlifter for 8 months.
Yeah, we'll get him on. But he'd be somebody great to get on here. Going from powerlifting, some backstory there, and then of course as he gets more comfortable with weightlifting in the next 8 months. Because I mean, just watching what he's doing now, and even days where he was just wanting to jump in a little bit with us. The kid's strong and moves well. We need to teach him how to jerk because he just presses everything.
Yeah. Well, today when we were doing the seminar, he said, "Hey, do I have to do the power jerk, or can I move my feet like y'all are doing the split jerk?" I was like, "Yeah, that's what I want you to do, split jerk." But what you always want me to do the power jerk? I was, "Yeah, so you can get better overhead, because your overhead sucked for like pushing and military pressing, get you overhead. So it's a lot harder. But then when you're overhead, it's you feel more stable.
Yeah.
Because you're more comfortable, because it's way harder." And he's like, "Oh, okay." So
he's got a lot of potential.
So yeah, like I said, I think he's just turned 21. Like whatever it is for juniors, like he's still like.
I think he's only 21.
Still the age.
So yeah,
it's like 24 or something.
Yeah. So whatever it is, he's like 21 or 20. So he's doing really good. He's on the up and coming.
Yep.
So is his fiance. Like she's really strong too. She has bad luck with injuries, but she's about to do weightlifting. I think she'll do really good.
Yeah, because she's got a nice strength base too.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
They both
really strong.
So.
Good stuff. All right.
But yeah, the seminar today.
Yeah, seminar. I think went well. Shout out to the guys from Southern Nutrition came over. You know, brought some stuff, brought some guys, some bodybuilders.
Yeah. Paul and his guys, he brought some guys and helped out. I mean, he paid for himself and 2 of his guys to come, which helps me out a lot. And it was fun, and like he loves to bro out and lift and have fun and slam bars. So if you're in Mobile, or I mean, he has stores all over the place now. But if there's ever Southern Nutrition in the Southeast, go hit him up. Paul's the owner. Really
so he owns all the Southern Nutrition.
Not all of them, but he owns a bunch of them.
Okay.
I would say he probably owns 4 to 6
Nice.
of them.
Sweet.
To be honest with you. He started off with 1 and then kept growing.
Sweet.
But if you're in the Southeast, I know he owns one in Auburn.
Okay.
In Georgia, maybe in Florida.
Yeah.
But hit him up. Great guy. He'll do anything for you.
I've stopped in there before, and I mean they're great at
Great
know.
store.
So what are you looking to do? You know, what kind of training? You know, what do you
Yeah.
need? Like they're good at walking
good.
you through things, not
Yeah,
just trying to shove stuff at you.
No. always hires, like, qualified
They're not
people.
going to bullshit
Yeah.
you. They're going to tell you like, hey, if you want to take this, or like, hey, if you want to take these SARMs, you need to take this and be careful and do this because this will happen. Like,
Yeah.
you know what I'm saying? So like,
Really
not that we do that. I mean, I get drug tested, but you know, like if that's what you want to do, they're very knowledgeable over there, and they're going to help you do it
Yeah.
the right way so you don't get hurt.
Exactly.
You know, I guess the worst thing, say you have some of these high school kids taking a 90-day cycle of SARMs and they don't take like a PCT or a liver thing, and then all of a sudden like, they come off and then their testosterone's down and they're all fucked up. At least a place like that, like they're gonna push, hey guys, you gotta do this, or I want to recommend that. Maybe just start with this. You know,
Yeah.
they're a bunch of good guys.
A lot of stuff like that
and
is
then-
irreversible too. If you mess up on the SARMs.
And then I was hoping my fiance was gonna be here, Victoria, so she could get some footage for her little vlog that y'all should subscribe to. I'll put a link down here.
What's the name of hers? Something
Fit Vic.
Fit Vic.
Fit Vic,
Get fit with Vic. I don't know. I do all the editing and stuff. I forgot what I called it.
Fit Shark,
Fit Shark.
BDV.
But anyways, if you like, you know, the gym sharks and the little booty workouts, but she also does the Olympic stuff.
Yep.
She does it for fun. Follow her channel. She's trying to put out a bunch of knowledge. She's a nurse.
Puts out a bunch of stuff. I mean, you know, like what to eat for breakfast.
Yeah,
and
like I said, she was
I mean,
super
a lot of
skinny.
different things.
Like before we ever met, like she was super skinny. Then she got into fitness and she's pretty jacked. And has a 6-pack and she's strong and she's a registered nurse and she's about to start nurse practitioner school. But she likes to put out knowledge and information about being healthy and you know what she did and days that you feel bad or if you have issues with this or that. Like from a girl's perspective, who's not in the fitness like realm, like she just does it for fun. She enjoys it. She's not a trainer. She's not a coach. She just enjoys helping and enjoys the fitness aspect.
She works hard too, man. Because she'll come over there with us, and then you know we'll finish up, and she's over here doing lunges and thrusters.
I'm sure she's working hard at the beach right now with her.
She's not at the beach. She's at Dolphin Island.
With her Dolphin Island, her vodka and Propel, her healthy drinks. But yeah, the seminar. So it was good. I mean, I would say we have 9 platforms, but we had probably at least 12 to 13 people in here. 'Cause
Yeah.
Some people were doubling up.
My boy Ethan came back in town.
Ethan came in town. He moved back home to Hartsville, but he comes in town but once every 2 weeks. He came for the seminar. You have the Southern Nutrition boys. You had Bryant come in. I didn't know he moved back in town. He used to he lived in town for a while, and then he started F45s in New Orleans, but then COVID hit, kind of messed him up. Now he works for D1. He came in town to learn how to do stuff, or came back to learn how to do stuff. Paul and his crew, Brody, you guys, Connor, who else was it? Cody,
Aaron, Trinity.
and Trinity. I mean, it was a good turnout. And like I said, it was just fun to teach them. And like the biggest thing with these Olympic lifts is you don't have to make it so complicated. Like when I took like the USAW level 1, they want to like make it complicated and this and that, learning how to do the technique. And like I get it. Like a lot goes into it, especially if like you're going to compete in weightlifting. Like if you're going to compete in the sport of weightlifting, there's a lot of shit that goes into it. But if you're doing it for fun and you're doing it as a novelty, or you're doing it for sports, or you're like a sports performance, like Brody, he's gonna go play football in college. Like he's probably gonna snatch maybe once over the summer in college football. He'll probably clean 2 days a week. So like for him, he doesn't have to know all the little things. He just has to know what to do, the positions, how to do it the right way, in the most simplified way possible. Right. Same thing with Brian. He works for D1. He tries to sell the gyms to people. He just wants to learn how to clean and snatch because he goes to a CrossFit gym and wants to get better for not just his Metcons, but like when he's maxing out or working up, wants to get better. So we did a lot of drills, and honestly, most of my drills that I've taken from John North, and like a lot of people hate on him because he's loud and slams bars and like if everybody goes to the right, he's going to the left. But I mean, all the drills and stuff he does, if you look at these famous, Russians or Olympic athletes now, they're putting out programs, they're doing his drills. Not saying they're his drills, but like they're doing very similar drills to what he's teaching. And everybody loves it because they're Olympic people. They went to the Olympics, where they throw up these crazy numbers because they've trained their whole lives, two, they're on gear. But it's okay for them to do a hit drill. But when John North does it, everybody comes at him like, dude, you're not supposed to hit the bar with your hips. You don't do that. You're supposed to graze the bar and pull straight up, which that's not how it works. Maybe there are some people in the world that it works for who are super mobile, who can say super vertical and Barry Brush, like Norik Vardanian. Like, he probably makes barely any contact, but he stays so vertical on his pull. Yeah. And he's so mobile, and his dad was an Olympic champion. Like, he has the genetics to where, like, it works for him. Yeah. Right? Where everybody else, like, well, that's not really how it works. And it kills me with, like, USAW or some of these Olympic, coaches, they want to keep this triple extension. But it's like, that's great and all, but you're missing the biggest thing. Like, your elbows don't go straight up in the air. Like, if your elbows go straight up in the air, the bar is going to be in front. I don't care who you are. The bar is going to be in front. I like to teach pull back at a slight angle. You can still keep them up, but if you're pulling back at a slight angle, the bar is going to be over your head. Doesn't matter if you jump forward, you jump backwards, the bar is pulling back a little bit, right? And that's what we taught today. And we taught, hitting it off your hip. And you don't have to smash it off your hip. Nope. You don't have to fucking, like, hit a 400-yard or 400-foot home run, but you need to make some sort of contact. If you don't make contact, you're losing power. Then you're just using your arms. Yep. Right? And you don't have to jump. You don't jump. It's about getting the bar, peaking the bar, and getting under it as fast as you can. Yep. Not pulling the bar up to your eyeballs. What's the point of pulling it? You get to a certain weight, you're not going to pull up to your eyeballs. It's about getting under the bar and peaking it to a certain position to where then you can get under it. I mean, if you look at some of the great, weightlifters in the States, because one, they can't run gear, like Ian Wilson or like John North or Schenkel or Wes Kitts or Damron or some of these guys, watch when they snatch and how aggressive they are and how they smoke the bar with their hips. But as they do it, I mean, that bar gets to their hips, they make contact, and they're already getting under the bar. There is no pulling it to like this position right here, jumping up like some of these coaches teach. And like some of these coaches, I mean, you're coaching high-level athletes, you might have coached Olympic teams before, but when they coach, like seminars and stuff, that's what they want to teach, this triple extension and get tall and this and that. But you watch their lifters, and that's not what their lifters do. Like, I can remember when I got my level one, the guy, his wife, she was on Team USA, and it's like triple extension, like brush the bar, stay tall, and then like you just see her over there in the background lifting, and it's just like boom off her hips, boom. I'm talking, you hear the rattle, like crack, 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 crack. Yeah, and it's like where there's a disconnect here, or it's like you want, like it's very frustrating. But anyways, back to done with the ramble over there. So anyways, the drills we did some hit, and all these drills are going to be in the strength wad down below. We did a hit drill where you're just in a good snatch position, power position, pin lay step one, making contact off the hip, just barely tapping the hip. The bar is out in front, your hips meeting the bar. Don't pull the bar to your hip. Just let the bar, your arms are loose, your arms are long, just make contact. Then from there, you pull it to your chest, and that's where I like to teach 45-degree angle, not straight up, because I found if you go straight up, the bar is going to be in front. The bar is in front, good chance you're going to miss the lift.
Dump it. Yeah.
You know what I mean? And then from there, we did some overhead squats. There's a couple drills we didn't do today just because it was so hot and so many people were in here. Like some drops where we hold the bar at our chest, we're on our tippy toes, and you drop rapidly.
Angel drop?
The angel drop, yeah, rapidly into a full squat. Like, these are all on John North's Cal Strength or John North's YouTube channel. That's where I got them from. And they work great, and I've modified them slightly to more work for, our population, but I mean, they're great drills. Then we do similar things for the clean, and then from there, after we went over all those drills for clean and snatch, Then we put the bar on the ground and worked on pulling from the ground. So
Yep.
we went from the top down. We didn't really work on hangs. Everything was from the power position 1. Because if you get that position, you got the floor is the hardest thing.
Yep.
Yeah.
From the knee to the hip, from the knee to the mid thigh is kind of like you'll figure it out right now. I mean, that takes time. But if you're not making contact and finishing with your hips uppercut on the bar, then that's the hardest
Because
part.
people that don't have technique, they can overpower it
Exactly.
when it's not on the floor.
Yeah.
Exactly. So then from the floor, we just talked about, using your legs to stand up. Don't use your back. Don't shoot your back up. Use your legs. Stand up with your legs. When you stand up with your legs, you're using your whole body. If you just shoot your ass up, you're using the back, the bar is going to get out in front. You're going to make contact. You're going to miss out in front. You're going to be on your tippy toe. If you shoot your ass up, good chance you're on your tippy toes. All the weight's forward, you're going to miss the lift. So if you use your legs, feet are flat, driving through your whole foot, staying vertical seems to be the best way for at least just any newbie lifter. Hey, keep your feet flat.
Yep.
Drive through the middle of your foot.
Yep.
Rather than telling them heels or they say just keep your foot flat. Because if you give too many cues, it's going to blow
Overload
people's
them.
mind. Like all these
Yeah.
so-called CrossFit coaches that teach Olympic lifting want to give 1,000 cues, but say, hey, just do one thing at a time.
Yeah.
Hey, and if the athlete's feet aren't flat, hey man, grab the ground with your toes. Try to keep drive with your whole foot, not the balls of your feet,
Yeah.
not your heels. Whole foot. Just grab the ground with your. And once that gets fixed, then you go to the next issue, then the next issue. But if you give them 1,000 different issues, they're just gonna be fucked.
Yeah.
So.
I know I'm bad about trying to pick my toes up a little bit, and so I'm always like, all right, press your big toe into the platform, and then go.
No, and
Because I want to lift my toes up, and make sure I'm concentrating back of the foot, and not get on my toes.
Yeah.
So I have to think about press my toe into the ground.
And the good thing about that too is like when you grab the ground with your toes, like you grab the feet, you try to grab the ground like with your tippy toes. All of a sudden now everything's gonna be activated from the foot to the ankles. Everything's activated now. It's the same thing like if I'm teaching running for an athlete, teaching them how to sprint. If their arms are all funky, they're not gonna be able to run good. So I teach them either they'll grab a tennis ball, or if they're a baseball kid, maybe they'll grab batting gloves. If they don't have any of that, I tell them to just make their hands like this, like they're grabbing a giant cookie, and squeeze as hard as they can. Now all of a sudden, when they're pumping their arms, they're going cheek to cheek and everything's in alignment. Because as soon as that gets tight, elbow gets tight, shoulder gets tight, then they can be smooth. Same thing with your feet. If your feet are activated, boom, this is the kinetic chain, everything is activated all the way up. And then same thing with the bar when you set up, I like to, we want to be long, loose arms, lock your lats in, but have I like to be tight right off the ground for a second before I pull with my dynamic start, and then everything's locked in.
Yep.
And then everything will get loose and go. But once the knuckles and everything's locked in, boom, everything kinetic chain, tight, 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 and you feel good throughout the whole lift.
Great tip.
So, well, what did you guys think about the seminar? Since I kind of talked about.
No, it was a ton of fun, and I think we all kind of coach it a little bit different, and I think that helps too. Hearing different styles,
Well, that's
different
I
ways.
think
Well,
that's
yeah.
good.
I mean, there's no perfect cue.
No,
there's
yeah,
no
and-
there's no perfect, fix for everybody that works for every single person, because it's what makes their light bulb go off to understand what it is that we could all be trying to get them to do the same thing.
Yeah.
But
Whoever says it the right way, like me trying
right
to
way for them,
like
not
me trying to work with Noah, like pulling back, like he didn't get that. Then when Rink went over there, like it started to click when he was snatching, right? So it's just everybody's verbal cues are going to be different. If
Yep.
one person it may click, another person. It's just like for some people the foot stomp when they're warming up for snatch or clean jerk works. For me that doesn't work. I have to do the plates.
Yeah.
When I do the plates, like my feet are good, but if I don't do the plates, there's a good chance when I get to heavyweight my right foot's going to externally rotate too much and I'll be a little messed up. But it's just everybody has little cues that work for them. So.
I enjoyed it, man. Hit some good numbers. It's just good to have all the platforms full. Because
No,
typically Rink and I are in here. You're normally, either finishing up training while we're here, or sometimes you've got a later session. But just it's always more fun over there when there's a
Everything's-
multitude of lifters.
No, yeah, and like it's as hot and as sweaty and as humid as it was in here. I mean, when you have 12 people in there lifting and got the same mentality of like, all right, let's lift some heavy weights,
Yep.
let's have fun, let's
Yep.
slam some bars. That's fun. Like that's what you want to get out of it. And I think that's probably why some of the guys PR today. Not so much.
Good environment, yeah.
Not so much the technique. The technique helps, but I mean, honestly, like it takes time and drills and over
Yes.
and over and hours and hours and hours and hours to get it right. But just the environment in here was just fire this morning.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, not even just us. You had, the strongman lifting over there. Then you had Drew squatting back here super heavy. You had some other people doing some heavy stuff. Like, just a good environment in here kind of brought everybody up to lift heavier. If you miss the lift, fuck it, it's okay. Like, dude, you got this. Let's fix this, fix this one thing. And you got, like, Brian, he kept missing some cleans because he was too far forward. His biggest thing was shooting his ass up, shooting his ass up, shooting his ass up, shooting his ass up. So he fixed that on the snatch. He PR'd his snatch today. All-time PR snatch, right?
Awesome.
Right? All-time PR snatch. And then when we go to his cleans, his bow was coming up a little bit, so he fixed that. But he kept, his feet were getting funky. So, hey, dude, you got to slam your feet. Slam your feet. Make that contact known so everything's activated and you're going to have a good, stable base when you catch the clean. He was doing that, but then I think he was overthinking that. He was overthinking that, so we had to tweak that a little bit. And once we tweaked that, just, hey, dude, pull the bar back at a 45 so when you catch it, it's not in front of you. He did that, PR just clean.
Yep.
Right, like, just these little cues, but the environment helps.
Yep.
It's not just 3 of us in here. It's like 12, 15 of us in here having fun.
Yep. You got Cody, the ultimate hype man, running around, firing everybody up.
Yeah, breaking tripods and shit.
That's why we can't have nice things.
No.
Coming in off the couch, cleaning and jerking 370. That's what he does.
Yeah. And then, so Rink's going to try out CrossFit this fall.
Coming up in September, I guess, right?
Yeah, I mean, I guess he's going to start trying it a little bit more regularly, but
I need to.
got talked into doing beach brawl in, tail end of September, early October?
So it was, so Anthony, our
Firefighter, Special
military,
Forces.
like, killer.
Resident CrossFit.
Yeah, resident CrossFitter, wants to do beach brawl and stuff. So I'm going to get on a team. Hunter's been training for it. And Anthony's just good at CrossFit, and I went to regionals and all that stuff before. So I just have to kind of lose a little weight and get back in shape after nationals.
Yeah.
But we needed a 4th person, and Rink likes doing that, loves just training and competing, but we have to teach him the actual, some of the CrossFitty stuff.
Yeah, I mean, he's got a great base. He's going to have to work some technique stuff with, like, double unders.
Gymnastics
And the
type
bar
things.
work.
Yeah.
But he's an athlete. He should be able to.
Oh, yeah. Athlete,
I need to
you're
figure-
what?
I
You're
want
what,
to
25, 26?
25,
25. So, I mean, he's the perfect age to jump into it where he can still bounce. Like you said earlier, he can bounce back and recover. It's not just going to completely kick his butt.
Yeah, like me, I'll do like a mech. I'll probably do like a one hard metcon every other day, and then some easy conditioning to just
Yeah, and he also, I mean, you like those punishing type workouts because tail end of last year, early 2021, when you were doing your stuff on your own, conditioning wise, I mean, it was you were either pushing sleds or you were pushing the yokes like they were sleds, sandbag stuff. I mean, that's grunt work. That's, we talked about this last time. You're not the really unsexy stuff of working out.
I like it because I feel like I get the most out of it.
Yeah, I mean, you were doing
completely empty
burpees
the
like
tank.
every time. Burpees suck.
Terrible.
Yeah, no, I mean, like you're in pretty good shape, and you like I said, the grunt work, and now it's just learning the stuff that takes a little technique, like a muscle up or a chest to bar pull up or a double under, which it's hard, but like you're an athlete, you should be able to get it. Once you get it one time, then it comes. Like,
It'll click.
Yeah.
So that'll
should
be
be
fun to
able to do
watch you
already,
guys get
but-
ready for that.
I mean, if Hunter's big ass can do that
That's what I'm
stuff, you can do it.
Yeah,
I'll figure it out.
Yeah.
It'll be fun. Be a good
And you'll be like the
change up,
tallest
too.
person there.
absolutely. Yeah, you will be a giant. Compared, I mean, most of them will be Cody's size and shorter.
Well, I want to go out there and actually like be competitive with it. I don't want to
No,
just do it.
for
Just,
sure. And like mine is the first team who they always fly out the games people.
Yeah, they always bring some folks out.
Like if we can get Rink to where he needs to be just with his skills, like double unders, where you can get like say 25 at a time, so if he breaks, he can hop right back in. And
Yeah, but with the 4 y'all will still, as long as they do a legit strength wad, y'all are still gonna own that. Even with the
it's a
games
lot of
team,
bar stuff, so
y'all are gonna own that.
That
yeah,
should be
so
right
it
up
should
our
be
alley.
good. I mean, like if there's hopefully there's some sort of max or overhead squat or overhead something. Like
Yeah.
we should do that. That's
That'll-
where we have to get Anthony strong again because that's where he's like.
He's leaned out a ton, man. He was in here working out one day this week with his shirt off, and I was like, dude, you've leaned, because when he did the comp with us, like he had bulked up.
Dude, he was like, I think he was like 102 for the comp. Like he was like right at 220.
He's
Wow. Yeah.
yeah,
he's-
then now he's like fucking 205.
yeah. I mean, he's lean.
leaned, but
He's like, I was like, man, you've leaned out. He goes, too much CrossFit. I need to do more of this stuff.
Well, he was like going into the competition. He was like deadlifting 600, just like off the couch too. And I can't remember what his numbers were at that competition, but he did well.
Yeah, he did well.
He's very strong.
He's strong.
He still is strong, but
still very strong. So
yeah, it was good.
But that'll be fun. So more to come on that.
And then Rick will get his six-pack that he wants.
Yeah, right.
Six-pack.
That's definitely coming because you're going to have to start running every day.
Oh, yeah.
We'll see what happens.
You are going to have to do some
the mile warm-ups that we'll program every day just to build up your capacity.
Yep.
It's going to suck.
Yeah,
I
mean,
you're not going to like that.
You got to, at some point, you're going to have to, do two or three workouts in a day.
That's fine.
Just to get your body used to that.
I'll do it. That's
just getting used to that volume, forcing your body to recover so that you can go.
But you're young, you should be able to recover.
Yeah.
I need it anyway.
I don't think I'll be able to recover.
Yeah, and you'll be really, really sore on that Monday because they always do teams on Sunday. Mm-hmm. So yeah, your Monday is going to be
well, it's like the other
miserably
day
sore.
I should have videoed it. I didn't video it, but I did whatever Anthony and them did. Like I was tired, but it was just like I'm so big right now. It was like
it was too much stuff.
What was it? It was 10 calories on the skier. It was like it was an EMOM. It was like a 10-minute EMOM or 8-minute or no, it was a 12-minute.
Are you talking about the stuff that you and Anthony did? You and Anthony?
Yeah, you weren't in here though.
Oh, well, you remember what you did not too long ago when I wasn't here, and you was dying.
Yeah, I was dying with that.
That was way too much.
It was those damn GHD sit-ups. I don't like those.
Oh, those will wreck you.
But so I forgot what it was. It's like 16. I forgot what it was. It was equally split. It was over 10 minutes long. It was an EMOM. The first minute was 10 calories on skier. Second minute was 5 muscle ups, 25 double unders. Right, like boom, smoked it, went unbroken, did all that stuff. And I was tired, but like I still have all the patterns. I can still do everything. It's just 240 plus.
Yeah.
So if I got to just lean back down to my.
Whereas most people, if they're not familiar with CrossFit, they've seen it. Most of those guys are 185, 195. I would say
205 max.
Yeah, I would say 205 are the heavier. You might see regionals like 220, but I don't think any of those bigger guys are making the games
that's
anymore.
Like when we went to this is when we went to regionals. We did Wadapalooza that same year, and I had to have been like the biggest guy, like there. Yeah. Because I was like still 235, like the biggest person, and that was tough. Like some of those events.
Hard, yeah.
Yeah. Get ready to. I mean, you're a tall guy anyway, but you're gonna feel like a giant that Sunday.
I need to lose some weight anyway for that weightlifting competition coming up. Anyway.
Yeah. Oh yeah. We haven't even talked about that. So we've got
got
the weightlifting meet coming up here, right?
Pause it.
So we're gonna have a weightlifting meet here.
End of August.
End of August.
So yeah. So I finally got all the USAW club stuff. Like they have the worst website. I don't know if you Bacon. Did you?
I've looked.
You signed up.
Because trying to do the master stuff is even the master site is even worse than the regular.
It's the worst website ever. Like it's so complicated just to figure out one little thing. So, anyways, I had to take all these all these little dumb things. Well, they're not dumb, but just like tedious little tests that I have to take to get approved. Finally did that. And then, but I randomly had like 4 other Jake Johnson USAW accounts that were just there. That I was like, what? How did I get it? But one of the club was connected to one of those, so they finally took care of that. So now I have to just go on and pay for it, and then like the club's approved, and then the weightlifting meet will be approved once all that's good to go.
Nice.
It'll be end of August. It'll be in here. It'll be fun. It'll be hot as shit, but hopefully we'll either put the platform either underneath this fan and move the monolift, or maybe the other big fan over there, so the athletes have a little bit of air.
Yeah. Significantly cooler over here.
Yeah, but it should be fun. And like, if you're a weightlifter or a CrossFitter, or you just want to do it, like you don't have to be. I mean, you have to be USAW sanctioned or a member, but if you're not, just email me and we can work around it.
Something out.
Because like I know a lot of people don't want to pay that $100 because you're already gonna pay like $80 for the event. Like, that's a lot of money. So we can always work around that. But yeah, it should be fun in here.
Yeah, so keep your eyes open. We'll get the sign-ups up for that, so you can start going. And then the tentatively we're calling it the Iron Games. I know Rogue does some stuff with that name, but we were throwing that idea around. Still looking December, January for that.
Yeah, so like what we're gonna do for that. We're trying to figure out the best name for it. But so like Beach Bro and all these CrossFit competitions are really cool, but what about the bigger guy? Like they're fun, but sometimes they get tedious when it's the same thing over and over again. So what we want to do is have an event that will have CrossFitters sign up, strongmen sign up, weightlifters, powerlifters sign up, and each event is catered towards that discipline. So, for instance, the strongman event may be a medley where you're doing a yoke carry or a farmer's carry, sandbag carry, some sort of medley like that, which that's what they do. The distance may be a little bit longer, but the weights are going to be pretty heavy, but it should be catered towards the strongman. Then we might have a CrossFit Total type event, but like you can press out whatever you want, which is catered more towards the power lifter.
Yeah.
Then the weightlifter will have some sort of snatch ladder, clean and jerk ladder, catered to the Olympic lifter, and then we'll have some sort of CrossFit event, but a CrossFit event that doesn't really have any rig work or ring work, so that everyone can do it. But it's gonna be hard. Like I think we talked about a heavy DT or like an increasing weight DT.
Yeah.
Like you go through one round, the weight's like, I think we had wrote it down like 150, like 205, 225, 275.
What you had me guinea pig for?
Yeah, what we had you do, but that was too much weight.
Yeah, we were thinking it'd be like 8 to 9 minutes, and he texted me. He goes, "It took you 15. That's too heavy."
But so basically like a DT to where like the deadlifts.
Deadlifts,
So
hang
it'd be
power
like,
cleans,
so
and jerks.
275. But it have like the bars set up, like 3 different bars set up. So it's like a real cool spectacle to watch.
Yeah.
So like say for instance, 275 deadlift, 225 hang clean, and then a 205 overhead.
Yep.
So you have 3 different bars. The next round you add more weight, and the following round you add more weight as the reps decrease.
Yep.
But for a CrossFitter, like, hey dude, this is your event. Yes, you have to be strong, but powerlifters aren't gonna be good at cleaning.
Nope.
They're not gonna be good with overhead stuff.
And the volume.
And the volume is just gonna kill them.
Yeah.
So
That's
that's what we want to do. So it'll be pretty cool.
Yeah. I think that'll be fun. So
Great hybrid event.
Yes, absolutely. All right. So, again, thanks to the guys from Southern Nutrition coming out.
Great having them out.
Like, subscribe.
Yeah.
Give us a follow on Instagram. You're at Performance Mobile.
Yeah. It's like and Performance Mobile with some underscores in there somewhere. I'll put all that when we edit the video. I'll put all of our Instagram hashtags on there or ats on there. Like, subscribe, share it. Don't forget like and subscribe to the Strength Wad as well. That'll be posted down below.
Yep.
Just keep sharing it so we keep putting out content. The podcast itself will eventually go live either on Spreaker or Podbean, or once I figure out the best platform for that. But until then, it's going to be on the YouTube just for now. But hopefully this weekend I'll figure out what the best platform is to
Heck yeah.
push the most. I mean, since we go over an hour long, we need a lot of data. So
Yeah, and if you're looking for somewhere to work out.
yeah.
We got a gym
always.
too. We don't just
Yeah,
put
if
out
you want-
content for you to listen
What's
to.
the address?
Yeah, so 65 Sidney Phillips Drive. It's Mobile, Alabama. I mean, literally, we have everything.
Everything.
Brody, move the little
Pan
thing
the camera.
Pan the camera around so they can. Will it pan? How about this? Put the camera straight at me
Pick it up.
and just pick it up and just do a circle around the whole gym,
Yeah.
so people can
So
kind of
you got-
see what we have. I mean, we have everything from bodybuilding, powerlifting, strongman, CrossFit, weightlifting. I mean, we have 2 belt squats, 3 reverse hypers, a mono lift. We have over 1,000 pound leg press from Elite FTS. Like nobody has that. We have 10 rowers. I mean, we have everything you would need to train. Or if you want custom programming, shoot us an email, a DM at any of our stuff, and we can get you rolling on anything. I mean, from weightlifting to CrossFit, powerlifting, strongman, sports performance. I mean, we have pro.
Yeah. What's so what age group does that start with? They're what, 6th graders?
Yeah, so
Is the youngest that come in for that class?
Honestly, our sports performance class, I mean, I think we have some 10-year-olds in there.
Okay.
But it's all based on, the program's all based on their age. So, like, the first 20 to 30 minutes of every day is some sort of biomechanical work, from jumping, running, speed, agility. But biomechanics, teach them how to move properly, because that's all that matters. It's all about moving properly. It's not all the bullshit ladders and bags. Moving properly, you're going to get better no matter what. But then we break off older kids, younger kids. Older kids, they're getting on more of a style program. They're like a conjugate or an undulating, or depending on the cycle, maybe a volume cycle, where the younger kids are kettlebells, dumbbells, bands, just getting moving, getting healthy. I mean, they're so young right now, like the adaptations aren't going to occur, but the patterns are going to get better. And then once puberty hits, boom, everything will go through the roof, because they'll know how to lift.
Already have the base.
Yeah.
That
even
base is
I
there.
mean, the simple things like you were talking about, running, jumping. That's one of the main things we talk with them is, takeoff, landing, knees
Oh,
out.
yeah.
You know, just
Well,
little
that's
things.
well, that's the thing too. A lot of these parents, well, the parents that come now, they understand it, but a lot of these, I don't want them lifting or this or that. I was like, well, what sport does you keep playing? Well, they play football or they play soccer. It's like, do you know like how much shearing force happens during a soccer game or a volleyball tournament compared to that happens here? It's not even it's not even the same. It doesn't even equate the same. But the parents think the weightlifting's bad.
Yeah.
But that's actually going to benefit the bones, the joints.
Well, yeah. I mean, we're not just throwing them in, making them max out. Like,
No,
you know, it's very controlled.
So,
you know what we're asking them to do. So.
But yeah, so those kids all work really good, and then like I said, we have some pro athletes that we train here as well. And a bunch of college athletes at schools. So if you need anything, just hit us up, send us a message, and.
And then we got new T-shirts coming.
New T-shirts coming. I'll post a picture here, a link somewhere or something for that, or NWO style T-shirts that were getting made.
Heck yeah.
So, like I said, just like, follow, subscribe. You need anything, direct message any of us on Instagram or email us with whatever hooked up to this account.
Cool. All right.
Bye, guys.
See y'all next time.
See ya.